What is up, everybody? Pittsburgh White Shorts back at it again with another match play commentary. I'm Andy, and today I'm joined by Carmen, Brian, and Zach, the usual suspects.
Yup.
And today we got BanG versus Gurren Lagann. This is me versus Zach, by the way. So I feel so pressured. I feel like every move of mine is going to be scrutinized by Brian and Carmen here.
Yeah,
I know that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen to me.
Now you know how it feels.
Well,
It's too much pressure. I shouldn't have done this video after all.
We got
People
some
can
feedback.
Yeah, people can watch you misplay your stuff, Andy.
We got some feedback.
Oh my god!
And
Can't wait till the end.
We're gonna try to pause less this time. Last time we had Billy, a newer player, so we were kind of digging into some new player stuff. But this time it's two of our more experienced players, so
Let's just jump right in.
So yeah, let's jump right in. I'm gonna start it right now. All right, so Andy, you're playing what? You're playing Spaghetti Warehouse, right? You want to
Spaghetti
talk about
Warehouse.
That?
It's basically I'm the one playing Bang Dream. It's the I have the Cosme level 1 with the warehouse combo. But instead of the traditional Yukina top end, I'm using the Maritime Detective Kokoro. Is that her name? The Musashi.
Yeah.
That finisher combo instead.
So
I don't know. I found that Yukina is a little bit doesn't always get there as much as I'd like it to, but the Kokoro Musashi combo is pretty good.
It's
a really nice defensive combo. It lets you pull 3 cards out of your deck for each time you do it. So
yeah,
you can triple cancel pretty easy the next turn.
We see Zach skillfully rip runner. They're going first.
As always.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Andy also canceled.
Cancels on 3.
Good stuff.
That is the tone for this game.
Okay. So did you open the gate, Andy? That's my only.
I was not
question.
Watching. I was talking.
Well, I don't think we can. It doesn't look like you did. It looks like you're going for this the Hogum.
No, I can't. I canceled the gate because I remember you said I canceled, of course.
No, it looks like you have one in your hand.
No, he is holding one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do hold those with this deck.
Okay, so yeah, interesting decision here, Zach. Are you gonna? Oh, you do run in front of one. Very, very nice. That's what I would have done. Yeah.
Why would you give your opponent?
What is these early game first deck cancels, man? I wish I could play like you two. Jeez.
Yeah. Earlier before Carmen was asking why this match was 40 minutes, we now know why.
Okay, and I'm guessing this cancels as well. Oh no.
Oh, we got there.
And you sided that. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see try to get some information on his hand there by playing it that way. See if he wanted to run in front of me to see does he have a lot of cards in his hand, level 0s or not.
Well, Hogami is the one a bomb that has the most value to kind of keep around because it denies a lane of combo by existing. And also is a stock removal. So
yeah.
Also,
Hogami's super good.
You might want to note that I have 2 Comnas into my clock as damage right now.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. And there's the other one.
And there's another one. Yep.
And Gurren Lagann doesn't run away to really grab that off.
There's
the top
Nia,
card.
but they have to actually be in the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They must exist. Is the prerequisite there?
Yeah.
There's no nifty salvage from clock or anything like that. Limited options.
I mean,
at least you have a salvaging brainstorm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hitting those on first deck.
I have to actually hit it though.
Yeah, hitting first deck brainstorm is always sacky.
Well, just don't be a bad player.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna try, right? That's always the goal, is to not be a bad player. But yeah, okay, so yeah, Buddha. Buddha's on play, and it might stock charge you, right? If it's a level 2 or higher.
Level 2 or higher, and when you play climax bounces to hand, give something 2k.
And in this lane, it's just your third lane, right?
It's just the third attacker. That's it.
Okay, so this is interesting. Are you gonna run one of these in here? Okay, you're gonna.
I have no idea. It's been far too long.
Yeah, it's been a while. As always, getting all our players together.
And I actually hit the brainstorm.
Yeah, look at Zach hitting that skillful first deck brainstorm.
Yeah, we got it. Well, it would have been more skillful if he triple canceled and then hit his first deck brainstorm. Those are the best. And then you cancel one attack and they look at you and they say, "Will you stop sacking?" And you just throw your hands up. Oh,
no, you look at them.
So wait, you take the 2-1 here? And
yeah, I was out both. I was out both.
Okay. What's your reasoning behind taking the 2-1 over Kamina there? Or no, there's no
I don't-
Kamina.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there was. He milled it off the brainstorm, right? It was the top card of his deck.
Oh, yes, he
That's
did.
I thought I shuffled it away or something. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a different deck. I'm not going to defend any of my actions. They're probably all terrible.
All right.
Up to the
So, are
climax.
you
There's a
fronting
shot.
these, or you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
just getting rid of them.
That was
They-
a frontal. Yeah.
They are unbelievably annoying. Although you've now buried your shot,
Yeah, Rip
unfortunately.
that shot. Oh God.
Yeah, that's rough. You got a climax on the top, climax on the bottom, but you are plussing. Yeah.
Yeah, I
here
think
you-
I
here you
say
grab the
something in the-
Kamina. Okay.
There's the
I
comment.
think I say something in the video about burying his shot there.
And you
Yeah.
canceled too. You fucking sack.
Yeah, that was the reason why I didn't take the comment. I knew I'd trigger a gate.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's some confidence right there.
All right, so you're passing back to Andy. You only have a what is it? Buddha's a 1500 chump. He doesn't do anything else.
Nope. He just sits there.
Oh, Andy. Okay, so you clock that. Are you holding? Are you holding warehouses already? Yeah, the promo. That's really interesting.
I think I do have some already, but that only looks at one card to get you into a warehouse. I don't think it's like that good of a dig for it.
Yeah, I guess.
I
I-
probably had more level 0. Like I think drawing 2 cards to try to get into a warehouse is better than playing that cost me at level 1.
It looks like you have Remy and Saya, so you have good ways to like fill your waiting room.
Hmm.
We can see Andy dredging his waiting room, spreading it everywhere.
Spot the magic player.
Correctly, I'm pretty sure that's always correct on first deck. Mill to first, like
Yeah.
outside of like very stupid situations, because it's a drop salvager.
Right, it just gives you more options.
I'm
There's
pretty
no-
sure I was trying to hit give myself a better chance to hit a cost me there.
It's noting that it is bad that you didn't have another character on board because the first effect, or the second effect, cannot target herself, so you're gonna whiff the power. Not that it matters too much on this board, but
Yes, it's just
I think
Buddha.
that's a general mistake people do making Saya, is like here it doesn't matter at all. So, but people like play down Saya without a target. Brainstorm whiffs. It's
There's
okay.
your typical first deck brainstorm.
Yeah, there we go. The real first deck brainstorms.
And a third hog.
Another one, yeah.
So, and then your thought process here is you're only giving up 1 common to reverse. Like, even though there are 2 in Zach's clock, you're still playing around it. Jesus. Why?
I don't think I had really had a reason to go for like another lane there. I can't really see what's all in my hand there. I don't know if I had another 0.
Yeah. I think Remy, like, in the red decks, when you're playing Cost Me, has a lot more value just, like, milling on first deck. Because you're just trying to put as much garbage into your waiting room as possible.
Yeah.
So that, like, you can do the cheese where your Cost Me's are on the board and you have 1 card in deck and they live because they clear field. And then, like, they go into your next deck's waiting room so that you can get them out again.
It's
But,
pretty sick when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's always the goal, right? But here it's like, Zach, I don't think you have the shot. You're dancing around a little bit there. I don't remember.
I think I'm trying to figure out whether or not to pay out 3 to get the 2 climaxes out.
Oh,
Because I can't do
Yeah.
that otherwise.
Gurren Lagann doesn't have a lot of stockouts like that, right? Because, like, well, with Nia, it's super bad, right? Because it just goes to clock if it's a climax. Yeah, so...
And, well, the good thing about it is that even if I do pay the 3, Gurren Lagann isn't that stock heavy stock dependent until level 2. And even
Yeah.
at the top end only needs 4, so
It's
I'm
not that bad of an
not
idea, I
that
guess.
bad. It could be worse.
So, like, what's your other out, then? It would be...
I don't think you want to pay it out here. You have already 1 out with the brainstorm next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just did it die.
I would think that you would, like, brainstorm... Like, I think your idea would be brainstorm once, Nia, and then, like, maybe brainstorm again if you really wanted to pay it all out.
And you can't use the shot here.
Yeah,
You level red.
You
Or the
level
combo,
red
yeah.
because it's what's based on your hand, and then you sack
Yeah, well,
into the
I'm about to
combo.
play Nia and sack into it, I think.
No, you have a gate on top.
I don't
Yeah,
remember. Yeah.
Because I buried that shot like a genius. Oh wait, no. that
oh
wouldn't
wait, no,
matter.
no, no.
Better the
Okay,
gate
so
after.
so that actually was a misplay because the second card is a Yoko, because the Yoko got stock bombed. into there. So the second card is Yoko, and the bottom card is Shot.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Brainstorm
if you
first.
Even
brainstorm
still,
first-
you could get another Nia here and get yourself into your level 1, but then that might not be
Yeah,
worth it
that's a
because
little rough.
my Hogami is just gonna pop.
Yet again, the importance of remembering the cards in your stock. It
Mhm.
like that. It always comes up. And even like when we're recording these on Sunday, correct? You're just like going back and forth. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit harder when you're not in tournament, when there's like stuff going on in the shop around you. People are yelling at you like table to table, making fun of you. You know, all the normal stuff that happens when you're in your LGS. But like when you're in tournament, it's just like one of those things. You really do have to be laser focused at remembering your stock because it's a closed zone that you are not allowed to like take notes on or remember anything. So
Yeah. I
it's,
mean,
it's always relevant.
yeah. Locals Brian and tournament Brian are two completely different players.
Locals friend. But yeah, okay. So we got the absolutely secretly broken card, the 1-0 like 6-5 marker Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, those are 7,500 Gurren Lagans because I have 2 brainstormers in the back, so they're of 500 apiece.
Yeah.
1,000 apiece.
And unfortunately, you bury another shot. That has to feel so bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And like I don't know, you guys like this game goes on like quite a while, like by white standards. So
Yeah.
There was a lot of canceling.
There's a
yeah,
lot of canceling, a lot of stopping,
I mean,
thinking, making difficult
that's-
decisions.
that's impressive on your part, Zach, that you're able to like salvage these bad situations where you're kind of burying climaxes. So
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
we'll get into that as we go.
It happens all the time with Gurren Lagann, so I've gotten very good at it, I think.
Notably, neither of you opened your oversizes in the opener at all. You didn't play Gurren, or you didn't play Lagann Impact, and Andy didn't play out any of his level 0 Coke Rows. Like
I have
neither
4
of
of
you
them,
hit them.
so
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I just got a Hogami hand, dude.
Yeah. I mean, against Gurren Lagann, it's not bad, even if they do have the Lagann Impact.
Yeah, I already have a bunch of warehouses in my hand. That's probably why I like clock the promo, the sparkling cost me
But this is something interesting
turns ago.
I want to touch on. So note the way that Andy is playing out his warehouses, where his whole grave is in front of him. Provided your opponent is like okay with you doing this, which I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be, this is incredibly helpful for playing this deck. Like the Cosme deck can be like very punishing for like very single mistakes going into your combo turn.
Yeah.
And being able to visualize your entire graveyard is not only good for us in the video to be able to look at what Andy is grabbing and what his thought process is, but it's also very good for like you as a player to like visualize your mistakes. If you do make them, you'll be able to remember more clearly because everything's spread out in front of you. So just something to think about when you're like catching like, you know, friendly games or fish bowling or something like that. Don't be afraid to do this. This is like I think this is like something that's very important. And you can see Andy correctly mills down to only 4 cards in his deck.
4 cards.
Yeah.
Obviously has 3 Cosmes because he stacked them all on top. And here we go. Off to the races. Wait, how many gates are in your hand? That is a lot of gates.
I think I have 2. Like I was gonna
Yeah.
go for another one over refresh.
I saw 2, yeah.
Okay. And I'm guessing you're out the rest of your climaxes, so that's good. And you guys are talking about power here. So, okay, so you played them down 1 in a row. So 1 is 65, 1 is 55, 1 is 45.
Yeah, like I kind of want them to like live back to the next turn, but since he has those 2 Simones in the back, it's a little tough for me to get. I'm trying to figure out how to like get over one lane and tie the others or something.
Okay, so you put the... So you planning on siding the end lane there at the end? What'd you do? Sorry.
I swing into Zach for like 3 and he cancels, and I'm like, fuck, you're supposed to be out.
And
I'm never out.
here you're thinking about siding, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I think I do side him.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, I wanted to combo again next turn, so...
Yeah, I mean, you do have the climax. I think that's... I don't know. I think that's a strong play. You're going to refresh 7, and then with, like... You like hope to maybe cancel 2 attacks. You're at like, and then at 2-0, race through your entire next deck. Plus with Remy.
Yeah, like I
and then
can mill pretty
reset
hard,
again.
so even though I'm
Yeah.
out like an extra 1 or 2.
And that's the general cadence of the Kasumi deck.
Oh, that was the other thing I was thinking too, was if I wanted to crash or not to pay out that 2 soul. The
And-
climax I triggered.
Zach correctly.
Yeah.
Like,
And Zach correctly canceled on it.
Well, I was saying Zach correctly paying the Nia instead of the Gurren Lagann because the Gurren Lagann, if it's encored, loses its marker and becomes worthless. Whereas, like,
It's still stronger than the Nia, I think, though, right?
it depends what you want to do. So if you want, okay, think about it this way: Galactic Brain.
Okay.
Nia goes in. Zach's about to refresh. Nia goes to waiting room. Salvage Nia. Play Nia if he had stock, but. You know,
I mean, I guess you don't want your Nias at this point in the game, so I'd rather the Nias stay out of my next deck than the Gurren Lagann.
Zach just clocking into his next deck, refreshing 6. Climax at the bottom there. Has at least 1 Kamina, right? And then one of your Gurren Lagann's lived backs, and you have 5 cards in clock, so like your compression isn't too terrible.
It's not
Could be
horrible,
worse.
Yeah.
It's
Does he have,
probably,
I don't know if he even has yellow in his clock.
No.
I think I might blind clock one off of refresh point. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it did get a
That
comment
sounds
there.
like a Zach move.
Clock
Hashtag,
red, 'cause
no, that's
clock
always what
red,
happens.
Go to the rest of your deck. You know you're gonna get yellow anyway.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
those are those hashtag never punished moments that you don't think about. You like look down and you're like, oh, I'm ready to play my climax combo, and the card on top that you like ripped off the top was yellow. Like, watch it. See, every time.
Oh my it's a.
Yeah, he's allowed to hit that.
Oh, it's just very funny, and I think
It
you
is.
just probably go right into it, right? Because
Uh,
you don't want to minus anymore. Kind of want to get in there.
Yeah, just get in there.
But yeah, interestingly enough, what was I gonna say? Oh, so like because the Gurren Lagann holds that marker over, you're maybe only like 3 cards down on what your normal compression would be, based on how your opener went and like having to pay out double climaxes and stuff. Like you're only probably 3 cards behind. Versus like trying to like extend and play Kaminas and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, it's Zach. He'll just cancel anyway. So
I mean,
One thing I want to
yeah, go ahead.
one thing I want to touch on here, which I see people do a lot. I think Zach sequenced that attack wrong. I think you want to swing with the Kamina last, so you don't deck thin yourself.
I also
You want to deck thin yourself last, so that
I think
you're
it depends on what you
not
want.
as likely to trigger climaxes.
It depends what
unless
you
you're
want.
trying to get a specific card.
Yeah, it depends on what
Yeah.
you
Right.
want out of your deck. Yeah. Because I'm seeing you only run 2 of that, right? And one's in your clock, Zach.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Okay,
reasonable.
yeah. From my end, I was thinking like I'm just thinking about the compression. I don't know your deck list.
Yeah. But we saw Andy skillfully get hit for 2 over refresh and cancel on the second card. Like
Yeah.
a good player.
Yep.
That's my fault. I shuffled his deck afterwards. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, you gotta, especially in friendlies, you gotta let your opponent, like, you just don't touch their deck and you say, you did this to yourself, and then they refresh a climax point
Every time.
every single time.
Every single time.
But, okay, so you got both Cosme's dead, you got a handful of warehouses, you already got the gate. How many cards do you have there? I think that's either 6 or 5. I don't think that's 7. I don't think you have a full hand. Looks like 5.
I think I pay out 3 here just to get rid of the 2 soul.
Because the 2 souls at the bottom, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it's 3 down. So if I pay 3, it should get
No,
it.
that's what I mean. The bottom of your last attacks, rather.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I mean, not a terrible play. I mean, it's a 3 cost.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly reasonable play here because he is holding the climax to combo again here.
It makes it so you don't have to mill as hard on your next deck, which is like always the problem with Kasumi, is that milling into your second deck feels atrocious.
I like the option of it. Like if you
Yeah.
if you get a bad second deck, you can go through it quickly, or you can just hold on to them.
Well, it's just like
Warehouses.
imagine if Warehouse you could stop after 1, and just like take your 0. How broken that would be. Like the fact that it forces you to mill 3 can be a liability.
Yeah.
Okay, so you play 1. Okay, you're gonna grab the cost me again. Okay, so you do have 2 gates in your hand.
He still has 2 gates in his hand?
Yeah, you still have 2 gates.
Oh yeah, see, like I went into a really bad second deck, so
Okay.
I can just mill a shitload here.
Okay, so you're gonna grab that now. Okay, so you did have like 3 gates going into your next deck and have a thing. So you have like 4 climaxes in deck. You're gonna. Okay, so this is another strength of like the cost me combos. You can just like thin your deck like crazily. And here you hit 3. So
I'm pretty sure I take back a Kokoro here instead of the level 1 combo because I figure I can hit a level 1 on my next warehouse, but I don't think I do.
you take a Saya. That's the early play healer, right? Yeah. Free condition.
Free.
Is that full board or?
Yeah, full board.
Yeah, I thought it was 2 or less, but I think I still take it.
Because you're just entering 2 now. You're probably thinking about playing the other warehouse versus brainstorming. That's always my agony.
I was thinking about warehousing, but I could just like heal the.
And
yeah, and then I
you
completely whiff on this one.
You hit 3 climaxes, but you get to exchange for a 0. Now imagine if you would have brainstormed. Now, and I think that's always the hard decision on second deck with the cost me list is like, do I continue playing warehouses? Do I brainstorm? You have to be really on top of that stuff, and you can really get punished.
So, like what I was saying earlier was, when I took back the level 3 Christmas Messiah, right? I could have. I knew I had another chance to get a cost me, so I took the level 3 while I could, because usually you don't get 3 characters. So I figured I'll get at least 1 character on my next one for the cost of me.
Well, statistically,
but then I don't hit it. So I think I might take back like a salvager, like the Saya that mills you.
Yeah, that's always a good pick anyway, especially if you're trying to mill.
And because I just milled 3 climaxes, this lets me mill more cards too.
Yeah, because I think you only went into your next deck with 4, right? So
4 or 5.
it's not good. And yeah, here you drop salvage. Dropping the other gate. Very nice. Notably about Gurren Lagann, so Kamina will always just clear himself.
Yeah, even if you side.
Even if you side, so you don't have to like dedicate any resources to clearing him, or be worried about like him going to 65 with the backup because it will mandatorily go to
memory.
The memory. Dredging back up here. So you don't brainstorm at all. I guess like if you were very poorly compressed, there's not much of a point. Here you're just kind of doing it for mill.
I think so, yeah.
Looks like that whiffs. And
Just so anyone watching, if anyone's confused, the reason I have the dice on the Cosme is to keep track of the
yeah, those are 1,000
whenever you
per.
play a character, she gets 1,000 power. So
Yeah, if you're gonna play this combo, having some dice around makes it a lot easier to keep track of for you and your opponent. Putting the warehouses on top. Is that illegal? I don't think so. No, you're allowed to reorder your waiting room.
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it with gears all the time, Carmen.
True. You are allowed.
Judge.
All right. Zach,
you're allowed to stack climaxes to the bottom, but I can't put warehouses on top. This fucking game.
Zach finally emancipates the 2 climaxes from his block.
All right, I'm ready to mill.
Andy triggers the last climax in his deck. Feels bad.
I love to see it happen.
Always happens. I'm guessing you take a Kokoro here because it's an easy time to get it, right?
Probably.
The way the game is going, you're probably going to get pushed to 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like trying to set up my Kokoro. I don't think I have any Kokoros yet, so I'd probably take one. And I already got my anti-change for his big robot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got that
Well,
a
it's
bit
not
earlier.
your anti-change. You can't.
It's level 2.
It's a level 2.
It's a real level 2.
That's That's why I hate robots so much. That's why I'm so cursed against robots. Like
12k
Oh.
level 2s.
12k.
Oh
level
no, I
2s.
was thinking Big Gurren, the fusion one.
You were expecting the fusion.
Yeah.
The fusion. Yeah, I mean, you can never know with Gurren Lagann lists. Like, they can very easily splash the fusion package in, although they usually
Yeah.
telegraph it by putting Lagann down very early
Yeah.
to get the power buff. Because if you see,
Yeah, I mean, I
like,
guess I might not have been paying attention to that. I might have just assumed.
yeah,
Because I've seen Zach play the Big Gurren Lagann so much.
okay, so you're
He was assuming he was playing his deck.
so you
that
decide
makes
to
sense.
take the climax tutor, which is pretty interesting.
Skillful cancel.
Skillful cancel.
So you take the climax tutor over the what's it called?
Yeah, I figure it's
Kokoro.
probably easier for me to get a character into my hand than a climax.
That is fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that's completely fair.
And
But
there
yeah.
go both my backups.
Oh yeah. So like, yeah, if they're playing the merge combo or fusion or whatever you want to call it, they're going to probably telegraph with Lagann early. Because Zach, correct me if I'm wrong. It is tap, give something 1,000. That's its only effect.
15.
15. Okay, so even
Yes.
better, right?
Yeah.
So it basically just helps you win lanes, and it supports the stock soul one really well too if they're running coin or over.
The one cool thing you can
Amina.
do with it is you can like tap the Gurren or tap the login to give power,
And then fuse with
and then you
it.
fuse it away.
Yeah.
tap.
Mhm.
You can just fuse it after it's tapped.
So it makes your third lane if you're gonna play 2 fusions or whatever. Oh, Zach gets out the make my marker things even bigger card I hate, and here comes the other card that I hate.
Oh, I hate that card so
God,
much.
We love Arch Gurren.
I hate robots so much. I'm so
I hate
That is a
I'm
12k in the middle position.
I'm
there.
so, and then he's just like, "Oh, I tap this +1 soul,"
Oh,
and I'm just
extra
like,
soul.
"This is like, kill me now, just like end my suffering." Like, and
Dude,
if Mark-
Robots is secretly really good.
It is.
Gurren
Yeah.
Lagann's secretly a really good deck. I
if you
think.
have a good player like Zach who knows how to use the marker compression at the end of his deck to just compress like crazy and build a board that you can't like cheese with.
It's
anti-chain
so fucking
counters.
annoying because then he has like 10 cards on his field. His commoners are going to his memory.
Yeah, it's just.
His stock is all clean.
Yeah, it can be a nightmare. They can get really compressed out of nowhere, and like, I think that people who like know about this deck and have played against this deck, like, sort of have an idea
All
of
of
how to
us,
deal
yeah.
with that. It's just like maybe you should overextend a bit to make sure one of those marker cards dies, to make sure that they like paid stock and also whatever, even if it kind of makes your next hand worse. And like you also have to worry about clearing them because they help you set up for Sunder, because the marker cards are what you need to marker the final robot for the Sunder
Right.
combo. So like you're double incentivized to clear them. As well as like keeping an eye on like the Gurren Lagann players love to hide pieces of like the Gurren in their clock.
Yeah.
So like sometimes it's good to side to like make sure their clock is cleared going into their final deck so that it's harder for them to set pieces. Because the deck does have a little bit of a stock crunch. So
Just a bit.
you kind of gotta capitalize on that when you can.
Oh man, these Thunder decks are so confusing. Like I would not want to like touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Somebody needs to play Batman Ninja Thunder.
Drew and
Drew. Yeah, Drew's gonna do
Drew
it.
and Paul are making it.
Yeah.
They were both talking about it.
Oh my God! Is this like the third time you've like triggered
Triggers a
shot
shot on his
on
first attack again.
And
Yeah, it always
Andy's
happens
just like I'm done. Like I'm out. Thankfully though, okay, so you have a Kokoro in your clock, which is good. You have a Kaoru in your clock. You're clock compressing here. That's not bad. Silver lining. You're gonna have 6 extra cards out of deck. And because Zach skillfully triggered here, you have a chance to cancel too. So swing for 3.
Look at all those spaghettis. Look at all those spagoots in the clock.
Yeah, that's a lot of spaghetti.
Beautiful.
So many.
We love Kokoro
Spaghetti.
Tsuramaki.
We do love Kokoro.
Yeah, so I guess we should note on that while Andy is shuffling. So we refer to Kokoro Suramaki from Bang Dream, the blonde-haired girl, as Spaghetti, because her hair has flat ends like noodles. I think that was the entire thought process on that.
I believe so.
Yeah, and it just kind of stuck. So like,
So she's Spaghetti now.
Brian and Brittany were talking about it one time, and I was like,
oh,
what
that
did you
cancel.
just say?
That is so good for you, Andy.
I just thought it was hilarious.
That
Oh, yeah,
cancel,
I was like, thank goodness.
that cancel
Alright.
alone like brought you back into this game, especially because your finisher is so defensive. If you can cancel this, you're like even better, but doesn't look like you're good enough.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not a good enough player.
You are super low on stock though, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, you only get one Kokoro off.
You like had
Yeah,
some
we both are.
you like
Yeah.
had some unfortunate triggers. Both of you did.
Yeah, I remember this game was just me being at 3 stock max the entire game.
Well, and like the way that you live against, well, traditionally Bang Dream, probably not this list, and Gurren Lagann is just like compressing super hard because they're swinging vanilla. For what are they swinging? 3 plus trigger 3, 3, 2, 2, 3 is the base Gurren Lagann soul, right? So 3,
Yes.
3, 2, 2, 3. Which is like you can cancel those threes most of the time, if you compress really well, but not easy. Ooh. This is a little dicey, Andy.
I just want
Yeah.
to leave as many open lanes as possible.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You're gonna rip 3 damage out with Kokoro
Yeah.
is the plan.
Should you be swinging with the Musashi in the open lane here then?
He wants to reverse his Kokoro, which I don't know. If
I mean,
that's
I have an
correct.
open lane no matter what I do.
I feel
don't
like
know.
I should have left the Musashi in the open lane because
Yeah,
then he
yeah,
can
yeah.
side it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can just side the.
Well, there are 2 ways to look at it here. I guess you have no hope of clearing the Arch
Okay,
Gurren,
there
so it
it
doesn't
is.
matter. Because ideally, you'd want to clear Arch Gurren if you had the power to do so, because it's markering a combo piece.
Yeah, I can't get over it.
Mhm.
So
Stock deficit or stock deficit. Can't really do much about it after it's happened. Not a lot of ways on your turn to just like generate extra stock or like sack into more stock.
Mhm.
So we're swinging with the Musashi in the open lane, which is like I think objectively correct here. You either want
Yeah.
to deal a bunch of damage or like
It sticks, yeah.
yeah. So the thing with Musashi is you either deal a crap ton of damage or you get a chance to get some bonus on top, and it's free. You got to play you got to cancel the damage, but the extra.
Yeah, love Musashi.
How many Tim and Eric references can we make in one video? But
How many
okay.
people would notice?
So what's going on here? Do you guys remember exactly what's going on? Some sort of
I
lull here.
was debating just not attacking just to try to compress better.
Yeah. I think
But I
it's-
risk it for the biscuit and I attack.
well, the fact that
Yeah,
the other
that's
one wasn't a climax. Well, I think you want to push the Gurren player into their next deck no matter what. I think that forcing the Gurren player to have no waiting room going
Yeah.
into their combo turn is like probably the best counterplay anyone has that any deck can do against Sunder. Is like go to push their opponent over refresh.
Right, yeah, big waiting room is just free combo for Gurren.
Oh, and here you get the plus and you're going to pay it out. Ooh, super nasty. Do you go for another Kokoro? That's
I think
probably the
so.
nasty. Ooh, I love it, Andy. I love it.
In case I get to my next turn.
And then, so Kokoro's combo is pay 1, search 3. If you search 2 or more, ditch 2.
Yeah.
So, effectively, what the combo does is rip 3 damage out of your deck and plus you 1. So it's a pay 1
It's
plus.
really nice when you get multiple Kokoros and you can like start taking 6 or 9 cards out of your deck and then you just
Yeah, you just don't die. So, like,
Yeah.
Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, your strategy with this deck is generally to just 2-turn your opponent with Musashi's? That's, like, basically what you're going for? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I like the defensive power of the finisher is actually really good. Like,
Yeah.
carrying 6 or 9 cards out of your deck's insane. And, like, you say, oh, well, it's a defensive finisher, but, I mean, it's off of 3 Musashis.
It is, yeah.
yeah.
So there's some aggressive pressure, too.
Yeah, I feel like the 2-turn
just
with
didn't get there this game.
Musashi's is, like, a very old school sort of strategy. 2-turning with these, like, just sort of ping and stuff like that. Whereas
I mean-
English nowadays is sort of defined by these very bombastic, high damage, like multi-instance burners.
Yeah, like, my logic on it is that, like, this type of finisher could be really bad against, like, a Buns for Luck or, like, a stock change effect, but
Mm-hmm.
your opponent doesn't have it, it feels really good.
And here you're probably agonizing about what to ditch down to. It looks like you're oversized one. Or not. Oh, are you thinking about saving something?
To pay out the... Oh, wait, no, I already paid out the gate.
Yeah, you already paid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're oversized one. Okay, yeah. I thought I counted 8 there.
I was thinking about paying out, I think, to throttle his damage a little bit by having more...
So here we can
Characters.
see the quote-unquote punish. Not that Andy could have done anything about it based on his deck state.
Yeah, sacks off 3 from the
but
2/1
because-
climax.
Because Zach had not only a field, but also cards in his waiting room, he can now get the climax for free and, like, very easily just, like, play out his finisher. What are you doing? Okay. Oh, you're grabbing
make sure
Buta.
everything-
Yeah. So you're playing Buta for a chance to
To
stock
get
our-
an extra
stock.
stock.
Or no, you just grabbed him. Okay, so I guess you didn't need him.
No, I like Buddha. That's my reasoning. I just like Buddha.
Spiritual energy.
I have to salvage something off of the change, so I
Oh, okay.
might as well take Buddha.
And I think you have just enough cards in hand. It's like pay 2, ditch 4
Yeah,
at the end of that card's attack.
yeah. That's another reason why that change is so important to make sure
Yeah.
you get the cards, because that's the hard part to get in the climax.
And it's worth noting the only counterplay to this under is to memory kick the and or otherwise remove from the field the Gurren.
That, or you could make me have 5 characters on stage.
Why did TJ put his finger on it?
TJ's finger. His, like, disgusting blister on his finger.
Shout out to TJ. But all right, so yeah, we're gonna see Zach do what he does best, which is swing vanilla 5 times into this Kokoro. This Kokoro's got to be so beat up. After all this, that's so many attacks.
That's some limp spaghetti right there.
Yeah, limp spaghetti. Zach is asking the most important question: how many you out?
I think it was. I'm not
looks
sure.
like 4. I mean, you were
Yeah.
pushing the climaxes over pretty forcefully, so I
Yeah,
think you were counting them.
I was already moving
So-
them around.
Andy has 4 climaxes in deck. That's remember that. There are 4 climaxes in Andy's deck. Well, I guess we just go right to attacks, right? Oh, looks like we're going back again.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
Back into the waiting room.
I wish
back
I
into the
could tell
waiting
you.
room again. But yeah, I mean, what else?
Oh, I think
what
it
else
was
about
kind of
Thunder?
my soul triggers.
Oh, your
Oh.
soul triggers. Yeah. Very smart. Because you want to kill Andy with exact damage, and that's another thing to note about Sunder. Because the character changes, unlike quote-unquote other restanders, the soul doesn't stick around.
Yeah.
So it can be a good or a bad thing, depending on what you want to do. So yeah, you're thinking about, if you were going to side, it would be that one.
Yeah.
Because that was your best chance.
Right.
And you pay 2, you ditch 4, and we're off to the races.
And it's spicy Sunder time now.
Yep, here we go. 4 more attacks. Andy cancels the first one on 1.
Yeah, and it can move between lanes in between attacks, but
It
they're
can
likely.
change position.
Canceled on one again. Boom. That's what we like to see. Oh, the most broken card in the game. And you have to Oh
Ooh,
my
cancel on one
god!
again.
Andy's too good. So okay, yeah, we're gonna check through here.
The trick is when you go into your deck to take characters out with Kokoro, you actually put all of your climaxes at the top.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, Andy, what's going through your head here? No! The concede. The big brain.
Cancel
Big
on
brain,
one.
I
3
thought I
times.
was out concede.
To be fair, Zach had 2 more attacks to go.
Yeah.
Would it have mattered? Oh, I think he would have canceled, right?
There's a gate in there, yeah. 4 down.
Yeah, I think you guys are counting it out right now.
Yeah, I think unless it triggered. Unless I would have triggered, I think I would have gotten it.
Even outside of that, though, I think that was a very good game. Just to go through, I don't think a lot of people see Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
And I think you guys were both like, those are those games where you're both kind of having these very inopportune triggers, and you're weighing the sort of like paying out stock to get better compression versus like, you know, being able to do effective things in the end game. And unfortunately, I think that Gurren Lagann is better at, you know, dealing with that stock deficit than, you know, BanG Dream is. BanG Dream kind of needs a lot of stock to pop off at the end, no matter what finisher they're using.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Kokoro finisher, you really don't.
Yeah,
I can tap completely out for it.
That's true.
I pay 1 during the end step.
Yeah, so it does. The attacks do pay for itself at the end, but then
then I didn't have enough stock to go for like double or triple Musashi.
Yeah.
Because I paid out 3 to save something shitty earlier just to
get better compression.
There's definitely like a risk versus reward. Sometimes like you want to sacrifice your compression because your finishing power later is better.
Mm-hmm. I think the other thing with your deck specifically is like you want to 2-turn your opponent. So tapping out is typically pretty bad because then you won't have follow-up plays. Or rather, 2 soul follow-up plays. Because I don't believe BanG Dream, other than Kokoro, other than Spaghetti herself in the center lane, don't have access to free 2 soul attackers.
You just slam another climax, dog.
I guess. Swing 2/2/2 and close the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Andy and Zach, you guys actually played the game. Any other thoughts?
Not really.
Feel really dumb about just conceding. You're like, if you're just gonna angrily scoop up your cards, make sure you counted to 8 correctly.
Yeah.
To be honest, I literally went in my deck and searched with Kokoro and I didn't even look. I'm just like, I'm out of everything. I'm screwed. I didn't even look.
And again, to be fair, we recorded these on Sunday.
Yeah.
And you know, Andy does work at Heroes, so you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're not always completely focused on our Sunday games, but it's also the best time for us to record. So sort of a give and take there. We record a lot of games and try to bring you the ones that at least are interesting or highlight things that you probably haven't seen, like sort of Andy's Spaghetti Warehouse build and like Zach's Meta Gurren Lagann, which
Sunder Gurren Lagann is like super cool if you've never seen it before.
Yeah,
it is.
It has a lot of threats that people don't know. Like I remember people when we were in the early rounds of Toronto, people were hyping up that one Gurren player. Because like people had never seen like Kamina Sunder Gurren Lagann, and like I like sit down to play him or whatever, and I was just like, oh, I've played. He's like, oh, do you need me to tell you what my cards do? And I was like, dude, I play against this deck 3 times a week, and I could just see like all the color drain out of his face. it was very funny. So it's like it's definitely a deck that some people don't know about somehow, which again really weird for us since you know Gurren Lagann was very popular when it dropped in our scene. A lot of people have stuff floating around, so. But yeah, I think that's about it for this one. So despite the length of the game, guys, we tried to keep this one a little bit more succinct, less pausing. let us know down in the comments how we did. We're always trying to improve this format. I think we could probably do better to get like probably a more succinct game, or maybe like sort of speed up the video or something like that. We need to figure out some sort of way to do that.
Yeah, me and Zach were kind of chit-chatting a little bit too.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
again, we
Throughout
are
the game.
we
But
are
Casual,
recording
whatever.
these on our casuals days just because it's really hard for us to sort of while the local is going, when our actual paid tournaments are happening, to like get good quality footage and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's always a give and take. But yeah, let us know down in the comments things that we can improve on, things that you know, maybe we missed, things. I mean, last time let us know that they let us know that we were cheating by misplaying
Yeah.
cards.
Any cards that were misplayed over the course of this match?
Yeah, we always love to know that.
Hey, don't think you had to just like shit talk us either. If we did really good, you can let us know too.
Yeah, let us
maybe
know, too.
maybe leave a like.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, slap like now, all that good stuff. So-
Spaghetti review.
yeah,
We
spaghetti.
cook spaghetti at 4 million lines.
All right, I think that's it, guys. Pittsburgh White Schwartz signing off.